Right.
All right. Well, hello, and here we are. It's me, it's David, sitting here with Jimmy on the inaugural. Did I say that right?
I think so. Inaugural
episode of Sound On. Woo! Yes. Put some bells in the background of that.
You
please.
might recognize us from the Never Before Heard podcast because nobody listened to us. Well, a few people did.
No,
we thank you. We thank you.
We had some loyal fans.
We thank you. But you might have heard us from Quick Side Conversations. It is officially on never-ending hiatus, I think. We might bring back some folks from.
Yeah, we're gonna bring you back some old Quick Side jaunts, but completely new show with me and Jimmy. Premise, just so you guys get a vibe for it, is we're kind of going to be doing it's going to be a lot more random. Why Quickside was about movies and us breaking down movies, this is more just free flowing and talking, and we're gonna have guests, a lot of guests that you guys are going to be really entertained, I believe, with some of the guests we have coming on. Some different people we know, people who we know of.
Exactly. We're also going to cold call people who are much cooler than us and then maybe get rejected a ton of times, but somebody will say yes.
We're going to get you. Trust me. We're going to be the hottest interview on the block in no time. Don't you concern yourself one little bit. We appreciate you guys for listening in and coming in today. Today, what we're going to kind of get into is we're going to throw back some of our old Quick Side segments that we love so much. Just to kind of reintroduce us to the world. We're going to talk about, first, we're going to do...
Let's go ahead with upcoming attractions.
Upcoming attractions.
I am excited for Isle of Dogs, Wes Anderson's claymation film. I have not seen, per my habit, I have not seen trailers. I've read very little about it. I think the synopsis is as simple as the island has to get rid of their dogs or something like that. Like, I don't know if there's a ban, or I don't know if they're going to kill them. I have no idea. Wes Anderson can go anywhere in the world, and I'm going to follow him. Claymation, I love animation. I already talked to Q about this a little bit, and he's like, I'm not as excited because he's not an animation guy. I am, right? Fair. As I've established that. So, but I just recently was watching the Grand Budapest Hotel again with Ralph Fiennes. That was our
great film.
Was it our first? No, Sunshine was our first thing from
the Ralph Fiennes retrospective was our first. That was our first retrospective,
right? Exactly.
For those longtime listeners.
Yeah, exactly. 2015. So I just rewatched that movie a couple of times because we're working. Me and my another friend Chase, who we've had on Quick Side Conversations, we're working on the project, and he's like, "Okay, I like the way Wes Anderson does his stuff." So kind of reintroduced myself to that, the style, the symmetry, the way he works with lights and colors, the way he does his cinematography. We're doing an audio production, so it's more just to get a feel of how he makes his projects. And we're not going to do cinematic, at least not immediately, but you get a lot of inspiration from it. So Isle of Dogs, definitely. It's coming out, nice. I think, March 28th, if I'm not incorrect. That's 2018, because in 2020, people are going to be listening to us. So
100%.
Yeah. So that's me.
Perfect. For me, an upcoming attraction that I'm stoked about, I'm just going to keep it very simple. The NCAA tournament is coming up.
That's coming up? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is that something that happens every year?
Every single year. You're correct. There is the NCAA basketball tournament. The only time I really care. I usually do.
You're
I don't
not going
know
to Vegas this year?
About this year because I'm actually going to Coachella, so I needed to pick a trip.
Why can't you do both? Why not both?
I want to be a little bit more fiscally responsible, as is not my way. But
I guess you have to start at some point.
This time I'm trying.
So in 2 weeks when you're in Vegas, you just let us know how it's going.
Right.
Okay.
I know. But so I'm stoked about I usually don't watch that much college basketball until kind of until like maybe February, just so I can get a little bit ready for tournament time, fill out a bracket. I'm sure we'll have multiple brackets at work, which I plan to win. So more just like, it's my natural urge to win. Makes me care. So I'm excited.
How successful has your past brackets been?
I actually had a bracket. I believe it was 2013, if I'm not mistaken, where for a while I was tied for ESPN's overall one after 2 rounds. I hadn't gotten anything wrong after 2 rounds.
Whoa.
But that is as far as I've ever gotten.
Is there such thing as an actual perfect bracket?
No,
right?
no,
there can't be, right? I've seen
it's
there's
impossible.
contests.
Why do you think that they offered $1 billion to a perfect bracket? Because it cannot happen. And Warren Buffett said that had someone actually gotten to the last game with a perfect bracket, he would have hedged their bet and said, "I'll give you $500 million not to take the $1 billion." And everyone probably would have been like, "Of
Are you
course.
kidding me? You take that? Yeah.
Why nothing? Yeah.
Why? Okay, look. Double or nothing is normally a saying, but if that double or nothing, like if that offer is $500 million, I'm taking the $500 million.
Oh yeah, I would have been. He could have
the taxes.
He could have
after
offered
that.
me $90 million, and I would have been like, I'm out.
Boy, what if he only offered you $1 million? Would you rather take your chances?
Now that's in the weird area where you start thinking about taking your chances.
Like, okay, let's say $1 million, no taxes on them. You just get $1 million straight up. There's no taxes, but there's a 50-50 chance now that you're going to get that $1 billion. What do you do?
Well, because like I'm still really optimistic about who I am as a person. I feel like I can make $1 million. So I'd probably just be like, no, I'm still going for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because how sad could you be? Like, well, I mean, hopefully over my lifetime I can figure out a few million. So,
how is that? You can be pretty sad for $1 million tax free.
Yeah, but if you know you took that $1 million tax free and you gave up $1 billion, your soul will hurt.
Yeah,
because that money will run out, and then you'll still be like, man, probably wouldn't run out if I was a billionaire, right?
Well, I don't know with your lifestyle, David. I mean, you know what? To be fair, again, you did mention you're not going to Vegas this time because you're only going to Coachella. So
Yes.
your $1 billion would not run out.
Taking
Absolutely
it
not.
easy, making smarter, more informed choices, not blowing money in Vegas are not necessarily New Year's resolutions because I don't do those, but they are life resolutions that I am slowly but surely coming into. And it is, I have to adult at least a little bit. Not a lot because I'm not into it, but
of course
just a smidge.
Take it one day at a time.
Think about my future.
One less trip at a time is where we start.
Less Vegas trip, not trip altogether. Equal amounts of trips. One less Vegas trip.
One less Vegas trip.
Think about it. I used to go to Vegas like 6-7 times a year.
And how much would your Vegas trips cost?
How much would it cost for me to go? It would just depend. I'm pretty thrifty about getting like pretty ballin' rooms for super cheap.
How do you do that? Tell me.
Well, there's multiple ways.
Because when I went to Vegas, I did Airbnb. Okay, don't give them all. You don't have to give them all your Sin City
But
secrets.
yes,
I did Airbnb.
Airbnb is a way to do it. You can also Airbnb in some hotels, which people don't know because some people own hotel rooms. And they'll give those out in Airbnb, which is a fun fact that not that many people know of.
So how do you search that? You just filter through Airbnb or just...
Yeah, you can filter through Airbnb. You can sometimes hotwire, hot rate. Those things work. You can get a really, really, really discounted room, and depending on. But
you don't have to do like a flight or a car, or do you have to do that package bundle?
No bundle. And so,
do you prefer to fly or to drive?
I no longer can drive. I
Why?
have lost the stomach to make the trip drive.
It's just too long.
It's too long, and I have the shortest attention span known to man, and I cannot.
So
if someone else drives,
you're in.
I can sit in the car.
Okay.
But I don't personally want any part of
You don't want to
there
drive.
or their back. I don't want to drive. I'll pay for the whole gas. I just don't want to drive at all.
Well, okay. Let's say me offers you to drive you to Vegas, and you pay for gas, but we leave at like 4:00 in the morning.
That's fine.
That's fine because you
as
get
long
to
as
leave.
I don't drive.
You don't drive.
Yeah.
You don't drive. It doesn't matter.
Now I've been on 1 million trips, give or take $1 million.
I mean, that's like $1 million right there that you just spent.
But like where I've had to do the 4 a.m. thing, I'm with my freaking brother and ex and whoever else, and like they're both passed out, and
You're driving. And
never
that sucks.
again.
You don't want
never
to
again.
Okay, that's fair.
I've made a life choice that's not going to be me anymore.
That's not you
So
anymore.
most of the time it's flying, because the flight ends up being only marginally more expensive than gas, actually, depending on what you're driving.
That's true. That's
So,
true. If you get a good deal on the flight, but can you find a good deal that's round trip too?
I don't even usually worry about it. Like if my one way is super cheap, then I'll just like one way it again back. Like I'll take my chances and just be like, I got a feeling I can find a flight. So it has blown up in my face before, but
Well, that's what Vegas is all about, right? Gambles.
You got to be on a hot streak. So
gambles.
it's a lot of trust there. So other than my debaucherous past, we'll now get into
you start with hidden gems this time.
Hidden gems. Goodness gracious.
I don't have one. I'm going to think of one right now. There's a reason why I stretched out your Vegas thing for like 5 minutes. I'm going to look around my room. David, go ahead.
Well, my hidden gem is clearly, I think I've done it before, but not on this show, so that doesn't matter.
I mean, everything's free game now.
Everything's new.
Fair
again.
Game.
So I'm going back to the Total War series. So my computer, weirdly enough, I lost my computer charger wherever. I don't know. Lost it somewhere. So I've been trying to think about, I haven't had a computer in like 3 months. Not for any reason. I could have gone and got a charger and it was bid on Amazon, and I just like didn't do it for 3 months, and I don't know why I never turned on my computer again. So weirdly enough, that just happened to me. But I got a charger finally while I was sick. I made that move. Decided it's time to.
What did you do? Like order it on Amazon?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Good.
I was ordering tons of stuff on Amazon.
So, no. So you being sick means money gets spent
in a more productive way, actually.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah. Well, you're right. I mean, you need your computer.
Yeah. So I finally did it. And then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I got some video games on here. and so I'm back to Rome Total War, which I got to
What do you use? Do you use what is it, Origin, or do you use what you actually have like the physical discs?
Oh, I don't have the physical disc.
Okay,
no,
so
I do it through
use?
Steam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Steam.
So I steamed like a bunch of games, like old games. Like I'm really into real-time strategies for you non-nerd people out there. It's just basically like you get armies and you fight and stuff. So that felt really weird to explain. I've never really had to before. But
I don't know why you thought you had to explain this time.
I don't know. It was weird. I thought about real-time strategy might not mean anything to a lot of people. So
next time you're gonna have to talk about.
So
your
the
strategy.
series is Total War, and like it started with like Shogun, which was like Japanese, and then like moved to medieval, the first medieval, and then Rome, which you get to take control of one of these 3 Roman families, and maneuver yourself into power, and then take over Rome and become emperor and all that. So I'm back to playing that, which is exciting because fun fact, I have restarted the game more than 100 times and never beaten it.
Okay. So this time we're gonna beat it.
I have a lot of hope that I'm gonna
You probably had a lot of time to do it while you were sick because there was nothing else.
I didn't play it very much while I was sick.
Okay.
Plus, I have like this weird button in my head where I can only play video games for like 45 minutes at a time before I have to like go like take a nap.
Well, that probably
like
explains
rest.
why you've started this thing like 100 times.
Yeah, because no, actually, I'd restart this thing because like if you don't play for like 3 weeks and you've got all these armies and all these far off lands and you don't remember why, that's why. Like I've now known, and I'm smarter. I'm gonna use the notepad at the end of like a save to just be like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Because I've had this conversation with my brother a few times where I'm like, yeah, I want to beat this game, but there's a point that I get to always where I do not remember what I'm trying to do. And if I don't remember, like it crumbles fast because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why is this guy out here? I don't understand. Because I won't play for like 2 weeks and then I'll just be like, oh man.
We'll just drop back in.
Yeah. So
and it's just like, wait.
Yeah. And I'm confused as can be. So I think this time I'm trying to just push through and like hopefully beat it in the next like week. I don't have that much time to play, but I'm going to try. I'm going to just power through it and see if we can get it done. But the Total War series is really fun because I'm a history buff. So like these historical places, historical cities, historical campaigns.
I can't wait for the episode where you tell us about everything you know in history.
I don't know.
Fun.
I don't know that I really want to get into everything I know about history because it's dark and scary.
Okay,
but
good. So we will get into that. Don't worry. We will.
Just those games are fun to me because like one, truth be told, it's made me research stuff. Like if I have a question about, did that really happen? Or like, and which these games are really pretty,
like Ages of Empires did for me.
Yeah. Like they're pretty historically interesting. Cause like it'll give you, it's a close history, they're not gonna be perfect in a video game, but like they'll give you some close history stuff where you're like, oh, that's how that happened. Or that is during that Roman time or during that time and during the, medieval time. So it's like, I'm all nerded out about that.
Well, there's going to be stuff that's historically accurate so they can continue in making like their story, like their right, their fictional story around it. They base it off real things.
Absolutely. So. And so I think that I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy that whole thing. So I'm back in the game. And if you have ever wanted to try something a little bit nerdier than maybe you ever have, start with the Total War series and start with Shogun. Because, man, there's ninjas in the first one where you can assassinate people with ninjas. And
well, I mean, Ages of Empires 2 was that to me what Total War is to you, right?
Fun game.
Yeah, funny story. The way I came about it, there was this store inside of this mall, the Westminster Mall here, and so they used to have like they had like tables for like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon card like game duels and stuff like that. They would hold on the weekends, and so my dad and my mom would drop me off there. They would pay the $1 so that I could play an hour, and I was presented with Ages of Empires, the expansion pack, so the Conquerors.
Yep, I have it.
Love it. I still have it in here somewhere.
I have it too.
Love it. And like, so because of that game, I became so like infatuated and just like into this world of like the Mayans and well, mostly the Aztecs, because the Aztecs were the race that you played inside this game. So when I went to try to buy the expansion pack, I was like, oh good, the expansion pack's only $30. I was an idiot. I didn't know you had to buy the base game.
Yes, you have to.
So I bought the expansion pack, went home, and then had to go back to the store. My dad's like, you're spending all your money on computer games. I'm like, let's just get the base game, and then I can play the Aztecs like I want to. And then I did really well in social studies in 6th grade because of it. So thank you, awesome. Ages of Empires.
Hey, video games have a higher purpose in life sometimes.
Well, I mean, I knew how to say Tecnochiclan before anyone else practiced it. So, I mean, even like my teacher couldn't say it as well as I did. And they're like, well, you're Hispanic. I'm like, I'm not Mexican.
Like, so.
It's just because I learned, guys. Okay?
It's because I educated myself outside these walls.
With video games. Teacher, did you hear it? Video games. Okay, cool. My hidden gem. It's actually a cheat because it's the person who actually made our Sound On podcast art, which is absolutely fantastic. Anna is a coworker of mine, or maybe I'll say, Anna's my friend, right? Coworker friend. Well, I asked her because she showed me that she's like doing stuff on her Instagram account, Peach Baby. That's my hidden gem. Peach Baby, she does a lot of like really cool art, very in the mode, a lot of mouths, a lot of bodies. She draws and paints a lot of female bodies and a lot of lips and things like that. So definitely check out her stuff. She has a ton of merch that she sells as well. I think it's on Etsy. I will definitely link her in podcast description, but definitely Peach Baby. Anna, thank you so much for our art. It's fantastic.
Yes, we appreciate we appreciate the new cover art to our long-lasting success of this pod. And all that means.
Yes, so definitely check out her art. It's weird, it's cool, it's colorful. It's definitely not like a structured, traditional way to draw or to do art. So I definitely love it. So that's why we asked her. And David, as you said, just let her vibe, and she did. Fantastic pod art. Thank you very much, Hannah. Peach Baby, at Peach Baby on Instagram.
Woo! Perfect. Well, I think, we don't really want to overstretch this first one, but we want to say that we appreciate our audience more than anything. Especially,
we're definitely hoping we pull everyone from Quick Side Conversations on here.
I got a feeling that we're gonna have a strong, a lot of you, and we're gonna have a lot of guests, a lot of interesting topics to talk about. We're gonna have something for everyone. Of that, I assure you.
Absolutely. So, yeah. Our first guest is going to be coming up very soon. So we plan on doing a bi-monthly pod. So one every other week. One week will definitely be me and David trying to talk about something or other, or probably talking about nothing at all like today, which is always the best time.
Could be.
Right. And then the other times, as David said, we will be having guests, and we want to talk to them about the stuff that they're creating.
Yeah. So, artists, musicians, social media influencers, creators, entrepreneurs,
up and coming.
We're gonna have a lot. You hit us up if you want to be on too. We're not scared to be hit up and have someone come on. So we got people coming on. We're booking guests as it is, and but we're always excited about what's coming up next. So anybody who's looking to have your situation plugged, or you want to talk about what you're up to, give us a ring.
Yeah,
we will definitely consider it.
Some upcoming guests that we do have next. Our first guest is going to be Chase, our friend Chase. Chase Hayslip is doing a fantastic job on a podcast called Canary in Blue. That's a Brazilian-based podcast. I'm in it, but I mean that's not why we're plugging it because I'm in it. And he's also working on some other stuff that hopefully he will be at liberty to speak of. So that's very fun to talk to him about. We also are going to have our friend Josh Dugan. He's going to be coming up in the month of April. So
get ready.
I mean, he does a podcast called The Home of the Fan. I think he has a basketball podcast as well. He has an alter ego that David's going to try to coax out of him.
Oh yeah. Oh, sweet Lou. Yes, indeed. This is an exciting interview for me. So
we're gonna get to that. We also do have Anna, who created our podcast art, as mentioned. Hopefully, she will be coming onto the pod with us so that she can talk about Peach Baby and the other projects that she's done and that she is doing currently. So that's gonna be exciting. A definitely good friend of mine, Danny Bradford, who runs Lone Rucksack Girl on Instagram and Facebook. She is a world traveler. She has backpacked through South America. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she's backpacked through Africa. And right now she is currently at she's in Thailand at a Muay Thai compound where she's learning Muay Thai for the next 5 weeks.
Oh, that just sounds dangerous and fun.
Yeah. So she said she would come on as well. We'll try to get her sometime for either the month of May or June.
So just get excited for all this, guys. We're excited. It's time to be excited. Sound on. We in here. Love us. Thank you.